Assalamualaikum and welcome to all of you on my channel. I am nainanawal and my slogan is live, love, learn and be happy. In the previous video we have talked about the basic concepts of geometry. Today we will learn basic geometric shapes. These are the basic geometric shapes that you can see on your screen, that are square, rectangle, circle, oval, triangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, cube, sphere, cylinder, cone, prism, pyramid. These all are basic geometric shapes. As you see the basic geometric shapes, now you have to identify 2D shapes and 3D shapes. And you have to learn the difference between 2D shapes and 3D shapes. In this video, you will learn the difference between 2D shapes and 3D shapes. What are the difference between 2D and 3D? So let's start. 2D shapes versus 3D shapes. In 2D and 3D, the D specifies the dimensions involved in the shape. So the primary difference between 2D and 3D shapes is that a 2D shape comprises of two dimensions, that are length and width, as against a 3D shapes incorporates three dimension, that are length, width and height, and you can clearly see on your screen. So the shapes that have only two sides are known as 2D shapes, and you can see the examples of 2D shapes, that are triangle, square, rectangle, trapezoid, parallelogram, rhombus, pentagon and hexagon. This 2D shape is a circle. A circle is the name we give to a 2D shape with one curved side and no corners. A circle doesn't have any straight side. Circle is the most and the first example of 2D shape. It has 0 corners and one curved side. After knowing about the circle, let's learn about triangles. Triangles have 3 sides and 3 corners. Any 2D shape with 3 corners or 3 sides is called a triangle. How to give a name to a 2D shape? To name a 2D shape, we count the number of corners it has. An alternative way of to name a 2D shape is to count the number of sides it has. When we have counted the number of sides or corners, we can read the shape name from the list of 2D shapes. Like here, the first shape, it has only two sides, side and corner, and this is known as square. And the other one is circle because it has only one curved side. And the next one is triangle. It has three sides, three corners. A triangle have 3 sides and 3 corners, and quadrilateral have 4 sides and 4 corners, while in pentagon have 5 sides and 5 corners. The shape which has 6 sides and 6 corners is known as hexagon. The shape that have 7 sides and 7 corners is known as heptagon, and the shape that have 8 sides and 8 corners is known as octagon. Same like the shape that have 9 sides or 9 corners, it is known as nainanawal. When the shapes that have more than two sides or two corners, then they become 3D shapes, and the most common example of 3D shapes are cube, cylinder, torus, cone, cuboid, cube, sphere. 3D shapes have more than two corners. 3D shapes have faces, vertices and edges. What are faces? Faces are the flat surfaces. And what are edges? Edges where the two faces meet, where the two flat surfaces meet. And a vertex is another word for corner. The plural is vertices. Where more than 2-3 points or 2-3 corners meet is known as vertices. Here are some examples of 3D geometric shapes in real life. Rectangular prism is an example of brick, dice, cube, ellipsoid, egg. Sphere is showing the shape of earth. Cone is showing the shape of cone hat, or you can say cone ice cream. And cylinder is showing the shape of a cylinder or a jar. We not only see 3D shapes in our surrounding, but also we see 2D shapes in our surrounding. All these geometric shapes are related to our environment or related to our daily life things, or you can see all these things in your daily life examples. So that's why you are learning about geometry. Let's once again take a look at the difference between 2D shapes and 3D shapes. 2D shapes are flat while 3D shapes are not flat. 2D shapes have corners while 3D shapes have vertices or one vertex. 2D shapes have sides while 3D shapes have edges. 2D shapes, the examples of 2D shapes are circle and square, while the 3D shapes have faces. And its examples are sphere, cone. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's all about today's lecture. If you have any question or query, you can simply mail me or you can comment. If you do not know the basics of geometry, you can simply go in the playlist of geometry and check the introduction to geometry first lecture. Thank you again. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Take care.